A long time ago, there was a king named Kans. He was strong, proud, and very scary. He didn't just want to rule his kingdom, he wanted to rule the whole world. He locked up his own father and crowned himself king. There was one person Kans really loved, his sister Devaki. And he planned the biggest, grandest wedding for her anyone had ever seen. When the wedding was over, Kans himself rode the chariot with them. Suddenly, a voice boomed from the skies.
Kans, the eighth child of Devaki, will be your end.
All the love that Kans had for his sister vanished in an instant. He was scared for his life. When Kans was afraid, he made very bad choices. He drew his sword right there in the chariot. But Vasudev, Devaki's new husband, stepped forward and begged Kans to save her life. So Kans made a new plan. He will not let the eighth baby live. He threw them in prison. But then he started thinking,
how do I count the baby number 8? Do I count from the first baby or from the youngest?
His head felt full of scary thoughts. The more he thought, the more afraid he became. So he made a very bad choice. He decided not to let any baby live. Because when fear grows big, it can make the heart small. Years passed. Kans had taken 7 babies from Devaki. Now they were expecting their 8th child. At midnight, a baby boy was born. Suddenly, a divine magic spell was cast upon the whole kingdom. Everyone was fast asleep, except Vasudev. He was wide awake. The prison doors opened. A magic voice told him to take the baby to Gokul, a village nearby where his friends Nand and Yashoda lived. He was to return with their newborn daughter. Vasudev didn't understand what was happening, but he believed God had a plan, so he trusted him and stayed brave. His life was never easy, so of course, that night a fierce storm raged. Rain lashed down and lightning tore across the dark sky. Definitely not baby friendly. Thankfully, a giant snake appeared. It spread its hood like an umbrella. Soon, he reached the river bank. The river Yamuna roared like an ocean. Huge waves. But Vasudev stepped in anyway. The water rose to his neck, yet he went despite his fear. He reached Gokul, where Yashoda slept peacefully beside her baby girl. Vasudev completed the baby switch and returned to the prison. The doors closed. The storm quieted, and no one knew what had happened. The magic was suddenly lifted. The baby girl cried, and the guard rushed to alert Kans. Kans heard the baby had been born. He rushed to the prison. He raised his hand to harm the child. But the baby floated into the air. She was no ordinary child. She was a goddess.
The baby who will stop you is alive and safe, and you will face the result of your cruelty.
She disappeared in a flash of light. Kans stood frozen. He had never been so afraid before. In a small village called Gokul, a tiny baby slept peacefully. The wicked king did not know, but that little baby would change everything.